Hello everyone, welcome back to Sashi Share, Knowledgeable by Sharing. Today we are going to understand a topic that confuses many developers, especially beginners in the .NET ecosystem. What exactly difference between the .NET framework, core, standard, and the modern .NET? Let's break it down step by step so that by end of this video you will be clearly understand why this technology exists, why they evolved. Let's start with the .NET framework. Okay. So earlier 2000, that is the time of evolution of internet and many things. Okay, so .NET framework was introduced by the Microsoft in earlier 2000s. The framework goal was to help build Windows-based application, that is web-based application easily. Windows application and web application you can make it in this platform. So using .NET Framework, .NET Developer could create Windows desktop application like WinForms, WPF, web applications like ASP.NET, and enterprise level software as well. Along with this ecosystem, Microsoft also introduced C# programming language, which is quickly become one of the most popular programming language for enterprise development. One big advantage of .NET Framework is it comes pre-installed in Windows operating systems. This made very convenient to deploy application in Windows environment. Even today, many enterprise applications still run on the .NET frameworks, and Microsoft continues to support it. However, there is one limitation. .NET Framework work only on Windows. That means application built using cannot run natively in Linux or macOS. And that brings us to the next evolution, that is .NET Core. So the .NET Core is introduced by Microsoft for the cross-platform and started its increasing level of this. So at the same time, the companies were adopting Linux server, cloud environment, open source technology. To address this complete shift, Microsoft introduced .NET Core. .NET Core was designed with a few major goals: cross-platform software, high performance, open source development, cloud, and Microsoft friendly. With .NET Core, developers could build application that runs on Windows, Linux, and macOS as well. Initially, the .NET Core focused heavily on the web-based application, ASP.NET Core, and backend services. In earlier version of .NET Core, Windows desktop applications were not supported, just like 2.0 and 1.0 as well. But later, with the .NET release of 3.0, Microsoft introduced the WPF in WinForms as well. So allowing developers to build the desktop application using the .NET Core as well. This is a huge step forward. So now the people developer face a new challenge. How would they support this .NET Core and platform both the way? So that's why the .NET standard is came to picture. Okay, so the developer asking started question: if I create a library, how can I make it work on the both web? To solve this problem, Microsoft introduced this .NET standard. .NET Standard is not a runtime. Instead, it is using set of APIs or a separate specification that defines API must be available. When you create a class library target using .NET Standard, that libraries can run on the .NET Framework, Core, and Xamarin and other implementation as well. So basically, the .NET Standard acts as a compatible bridge between the .NET platform and the core. So, however, the .NET Standard is mainly used for creating reuse libraries, that is TLS. It is not used to build a full application like web apps or desktop applications. So, apart from that, now Microsoft is came to big problem. What the big problem it is? So basically, now imagine for Microsoft to maintain the .NET framework, core, standard, three platforms, and that's create a complexity over technical maintenance over it. So Microsoft decided to unify the entire ecosystem into a single platform. That platform simply called .NET. No framework, no core, no standard. The platform simply called .NET. Starting with the .NET 5, Microsoft merged the best parts of the .NET Core and modern development practice into a unified language. Why it started with the .NET 5? Because the .NET Core at that time is into 3.1 and the standard is at 2.1. Also, the framework is already 4.5. So to unify it, it's made start with the 5 so that core, framework, and standard can be single platform. So now with the modern developer, .NET can build web application, desktop application, cloud services, microservices, mobile application, IoT application, and cross-platform solution as well. So all using one platform and one SDK. To avoid the version confusion, skipped all four versions and directly came to .NET 5. After .NET 5, it made also a release of .NET 6, 7, 8, 9, and the latest was .NET 10, which is the latest one. Okay, the .NET 10 is introduced in the 2025 in the December. So that is the latest one. So that is the LTS version as well. So to summarize it, I am just making a .NET framework, Windows only platform used for traditional desktop web applications, .NET Core, cross-platform, open source, modern runtime, introduced for cloud and scalability of application. .NET Standard, a compatibility specification that allows libraries run across the multiple platforms like .NET Framework and .NET Core. So .NET, a unified platform that combines everything into single ecosystem. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will dive into each topic individually, like .NET Framework architecture, how from starting to 4.8 till date, how it is evolving, what features are there, and all others. Similarly for .NET Core and Standard also, we will have it. Okay. So that's all for this video. Like, share, and subscribe for the more videos. Thank you.